Hi, my name is Jacqueline Martinez, and this is my final video for Educ 526. I received my bachelor's degree at California State Northridge in psychology. I graduated in the year 2007, and it took me 7 years to decide to go back to school and pursue my master's degree. I decided to attend Azusa Pacific University after 2 of my friends started teaching. They completed the Special Education Mild Moderate program at APU and motivated me to go back to school. I loved the idea of being able to complete a master's and credential program at the same time. Before beginning the digital teaching and learning program, I wasn't very tech savvy. During my 511 class, I learned how to create a Wordle for my classroom. I also learned how to create a web quest and incorporate it in my classroom as well. This was the first time I used Symbaloo, and I enjoyed looking at all my favorite websites. I found Audacity to be the most challenging. I also used Weebly to be able to incorporate blogging into the classroom. For my self-study, I decided to focus on becoming more energized. I decided to pick up running, but I knew I needed motivation. I found the motivation in my students and decided to start Students Run LA. I was able to track down all the days I would run and how many mileage my students and I would complete. We just finished a 5K race, and we have a 10K race coming up next weekend. This is something that I will continue for the next few months and will definitely participate in running the Los Angeles Marathon. For my EDUC 522 curricular unit plan, I chose goals based on my students' individual IEP goals. I chose 4 goals, and each of these goals were specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, which made them SMART goals. Each of my lessons also had Gardner's multiple intelligences embedded into each one. I had a writing goal specific to my students, as well as a math goal showcasing different intelligences. I also had a reading goal, and lastly, I had an English language development goal that only applied to my English language learners. One of the lessons I did with my students was a reading goal. It was based on their individual reading goals for their IEPs, and it was based on main ideas and details. Students watched a video on vocabulary and were able to listen to a rap lesson on main ideas and details. If they were still confused about what main ideas and details were, they also had the option of being able to watch a brain pop as well as taking a quiz after the lesson. They read the story The House of Usher in a group as well as individually. After reading the story, they created a comic book on comic life. One of the other lessons I did was for my English language learners, which is the majority of the students in my class. I did a lesson on idioms, as students who are English learners have a difficult time understanding exactly what idioms are. There was technology embedded into the lesson, and my students are now more comfortable with being able to use technology. I am more comfortable with being able to use technology as well, and I'm glad I chose APU to pursue my master's degree.